Let us continue playing Darkest Dungeon. When we last left off, I have gone and upgraded some abilities. What I have actually upgraded is all of Shadowhawk's, all of Disaster Dylan's, and all of Maritian skills to level 2. And while this might be slightly wasteful, especially if I don't use some of the abilities, I figured overall this is probably the best way to do this. It makes... I mean, Battlefield Medicine is quite a nice thing to have now. It can heal up to 2, possibly 4 on a crit. This is obviously further enhancing the damage bonus and speed. Definitely worth it. I've not upgraded Little Debbie's stuff, and I was tempted to, but then I figured I was going to actually upgrade one of my new people, either Tarquin, Birchador, or Bird Jesus. And in all honesty, we're probably going to take Bird Jesus, because this is the set I would normally go with. Hand of Light is a low-graded sort of attack, Illumination, Attack and Torch, plus all the party heals and heals. We need a healer who has this sort of ability. The downside with Bird Jesus is he has Nymphomania, so Nymphomania, which is fine, heals 20% extra stress in brothels, but unfortunately is God-fearing and will only pray. Thankfully though, I think the next time we go out, we will unlock the Sanatorium and we can start getting rid of some of these negative traits. Meanwhile though, I mean it's time we embark on an adventure. Because we want to upgrade the blacksmith and get our armor smithing and furnace stuff sorted out, we want to go somewhere we can get some deeds. And thankfully, such a place has opened up, the Weald. So, on to the Weald, which is a short one, 100% of room battles. But the only thing we will have to do, and let's just get rid of you two for the moment. Yep, sorry Connor. Is see what we can do here. So the Shadowhawk has this item, which I really should have taken off, plus 5 protection. I'm also going to give him the additional stress resistance. I should probably give it to Maritian, but you know what, he never gets stressed. So that's fine there. We're going to take Shadowhawk and he will be in the front row. We shall of course take Maritian as now number 2. And he has the debuff skill. And we're also going to give him the increased chance of stunning. Which I don't think he has he got any weapons that stun? No, he doesn't. Forget that then. He's not having that. Because there's no benefit to him having it. Dylan does have a stun attack, I believe. Blight. Actually, no, he doesn't. Okay, so no point in doing that. So we're going to take Dylan on for our last one. And down at the bottom then, we're going to take Bird Jesus for a standard sort of party heal thing, and we're going to use, again, the Red Hook is the name for this particular setup, and it's the one I quite like to have, in fairness, where possible. No, things to consider for later. We do have a Bounty Hunter. Unquiet Mind may not may not do the thing. Oh, actually, does he have Wheeled Explorer? Okay, maybe I'm not. Darn it, I shouldn't have looked at that. Alright, next time. What does Birchador have? Cove Tactician and Deviant Taste cannot visit the brothel. He wouldn't be a bad option here, in fairness, but we want the healer. We'll just go with it as is. So, to the Weald. We shall provision up. 8 should be fine. Because you only see the room battles. 1 shovel. 1 bandage. 8 torches and a key, leaving us with 8,000, and that should do. Only 1 bandage because, of course, we do have the ability to, in combat, cure some of that. So, into the Weald, which is a new environment, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up some deeds here. And we're off.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
So the corrupted forest is where we are today. Now, because we have no guarantee of whether there's a battle in that room or not, we have to go this way first. But at least we're getting it out of the way to start with. 1 stress. And some bugs. But they're surprised maggots, so we should have no difficulty dealing with them this time. So, we're first off going to cast Illumination on this back one. 5 damage and increased torch effect. Next, Grape Shot.
As the fiend falls, A faint hope blossoms.
Finally, level 2 Noxious Blast on this guy. 1 damage and he resisted. Finally, Zealous Accusation, 90% base chance.
Continue the onslaught.
Boom.
Destroy them all.
All looks good. Let's see what's in here. That's already been looted. And there's a grave. These are always dodgy. Grave digging paid off this time though. Portrait, onyx, and some jade. But yes, always use a shovel for those. Don't try to dig them by hand. It never works out well. And we are surprised, so our order has been completely swapped around. Okay. So we do have Hand of Light, which does additional damage versus Unholy, but we're not up against unholy enemies here. What we're instead going to do is swap back around and try and get people back into position this turn. Meanwhile, Marishin is more stressed than he's ever been. Still, we have a shot, half damage. And since you're safely at the back, Plague Grenade. Double Blight. And it does additional damage versus Unholy, but I'm actually considering just going for that. Got a double kill.
The enemy crumbles.
But of course the corpses are in the way, so we're going to have to wait on them. Are you stressed? A little. And the darkness is coming in now. So increased loot, but now... okay. Let's carry on anyway. We have a gunshot. Dodge. More Plague Grenadage. Extra damage, extra blight. They're now doing 8 damage per, which is lethal to both. So I think the best thing I can do here is a party heal. And since we have it, Bulwark of Faith, let's increase our shielding a little bit. Light up to 41. Boom.
Death by inches.
Tracking shot, just basically looking for a crit there, really. Battlefield Medicine.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
And let's open up the chest. It's just trapped. Blast it all. Thankfully we do have an anti-venom we can use, so we shall. Okay. Now I know the bus will stay around for a little bit, but the rounds are a bit odd in what they consider, so... Okay. This will last, but it probably won't last until we get to the next battle. And since we're backtracking again, additional stress. Also, what I should probably do at this point is put people back, just in case we do encounter anything. So all good, we have fully backtracked, and now it's just a case of find the last few rune battles. Should be free, like last time we did this. Oh god. Alright. Torch up. Let's go and grave rob. Resist the poison, though. Thankfully, that's the only negative effect we have from that, and a trap.
Curious is the trap maker's art.
This is the most stressed Marishin has ever been.
By his own eyes.
Okay, now it's the most stressed Marishin has ever been at 50. Still, we're getting there. Continue exploration. Beast Carcass. Let's just give you negative traits like nobody's business here. So Zoophobia. Plus 20 stress damage versus beast. Okay, should not have looked at the inside of those beasts. Now we know.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Plague Doctor is resisting everything. And the sack's contents are ours. More gold. And we got a scout bonus. Fortunately, empty room. And a battle there. Okay. So we know there's something's coming up. But first off, hunger. And additional torchlight, please. Unfortunately, we have already used
Nature
our
herself.
darn shovel.
A victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed. of misintent.
Okay. And here's the kleptomaniac. Pack has already been looted, but if there was anything, I would have taken it for myself and not, you know, given it to whoever's funding this organization. Okay. 2 more to go. How are we doing for torchlight? Oh, darn it.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh. And
We are
indefatigable
now
purpose.
starting to suffer a little here from stress. They're all saying the expedition is doomed, and I'm almost inclined to believe them. This pack does contain loot, though. 2 food, some gold. We can just eat food normally, by the way, so we're not required to wait until the alert comes up. And we caught them by surprise. Okay. Let's start with an illumination on the Acolyte. Open wound on the first brawler. Who bleeds? Play grenade on the back two. And finally, we're going to go for a... Should I go for a smite? I'm going to go smite instead here. I should have...
Maintain the offensive.
Shouldn't have done that, really. Still. Here comes the first stress alert of this campaign here. Disaster Dylan is fearful.
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
Okay, so they have become afflicted. Afflictions last until you take them into treatment in town. And it's only going to get worse because they have stress incantations. Okay. New round. Need to start killing the people at the back, really, so I'm going to go for a shot for you. 4, and I believe that's lethal. It is.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
And you're bleeding. Good news is we can heal that by doing this. I should really check what that does for you, really. Still, you're not going to be the only one under that. You've hit 100 stress. And you are stalwart, so that's 2 for free.
Many fall in the
And
face
that
of
actually
chaos,
improves your
but not
stress a
this
little
one.
here.
Not today.
Okay, illumination then at the back. Let's get
Rush
that torch sorted out.
Give them no quarter.
I'm going to get the Bulwark of Faith just to try and get the light up a little. So cold, can't focus. He passes. This is an occasional thing that will happen because of this. I'm going to go illumination. Just trying to increase our light ability here. And run for the old gods. Thankfully, we gained additional protection, but we did unfortunately suffer bleeding damage. As do you. So 1 back there, another Bulwark of Faith to increase the light. Round 4. My research fails us here. We must away. So okay, so Dylan's spreading now negative thoughts, but he is still active this round. Battlefield medicine. Illumination. Missed. But the light level's gone up another 1, so I can go for another one of these. Kill from Marigin. Virtue gained. Another torch gained
This
as well.
expedition at least promises success.
Let's go up to 100. And we have 1 more to go. And we have 2 battles to do, really. Because unfortunately we know there's still going to be a room battle left, so we're going to have more stress coming up here. We have a map. That didn't help us out much. And yes, because he's got that negative thing, he is going to start spreading that. Where's that fearful thing here? was trying to find out the thing here. Oh, we can switch his outfit. Should probably consider that at some stage. Alright, it's not going to tell me what the overall effects are, but as you see, he will start spreading negative thoughts, even though he's no longer at the 100 point anymore. Here's the encounter. 1 madman, 3 dogs. Dogs have 10 each. Let's go for that. Doomsday. Some stress going on. Here I am, death, consume me! And Marishin's resolve is tested. He's fearful as well. This has started going bad.
Fragile, like a robin's egg.
Thankfully, though, Bird Jesus is keeping us safe at the moment. Rabid Rush. Resist. And Rabid Rush. Okay, all of that works out nicely for us. Plague Grenade. Darn it, the Madman dodged. Okay, we don't think we need to actually heal here. I just need to hurt this Madman a bit. My goodness is I've got him in range. Noxious Blast. Accusation. I approve of that. Okay. Stab. And that's him out. Rabid Rush, 100 stress. More light, please. Because we've actually finished this off at this stage, we can afford to just try and increase the light a little bit before we do go into the next room. Torchlight up to 92. And he's out.
The weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, plus 40% stun, but unfortunately a dodge reduction we can't really afford. On we go. 3 ectoplasms. Who are surprised? So assuming fear doesn't strike here, good chance of finishing these off. Imagine though they have blight resistance, but that wasn't enough to matter there. That first one's out. And because that first one's out, we might as well light up this last one. And go for a smite on that one. Well, this has gone well. Okay, Slime. Now he's gone beyond his first bar. He's now gone to 103. I have no clue what happens if that second bar fills. But with 2 fearful people, yeah, we've got some problems. I hear the hoofbeats of doom. Yes, it is a slime thing. They tend to do that. Okay, let's not waste any time here. Go for the shot. Go for the kill. Quest complete. However, we have this. Eldritch Altar. The altar's purpose is purely decorative, unfortunately. Some object of deliverance. And unfortunately that's increased our stress a little more before we end that mission.
The agents of pestilence will yet be driven from our woods.
Good news is though, we picked up a few deeds there, which should help us out in the ongoing quest to... Yeah, there wasn't actually a lot in fairness, but with 6 more deeds gained, might be able to start something. The good news is we did get somebody up to the resolve level 2. So let's see what happens here. Shadowhawk gains clutch hitter, so plus 3 critical percent if he's below half hit points. Marishin gains the yips and loses accuracy. Meditator improves stress reduction while meditating and while camping. And Disaster Dillon, love interest, will only visit the brothel for stress relief and hates mankind. Bonus damage and stress reduction against humans. We always knew it was a case. Disaster Dillon is for doom of us all. But overall, that's 3 down. Marishin's finally hit the stress point. It took him long enough, in fairness. And we started to see some of the things that can go wrong.
Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
Okay, so Zelios could not achieve a meditative state and become frustrated and gains the Unquiet Mind effect. Snoopy, though, however, has a nice on the town. Get recovered 45. But the sanatorium is now unlocked, and this is kind of important, because all those negative traits we've been building up, kind of need to fix some of those. We can also treat diseases here as well. So, for these we will need the busts, which we've not really been using. So, what we want to do here is we want to do a treatment library increase, and we want to do a medical devices increase.
Can calm even the most tormented soul.
So we don't mind the slow draw particularly. The known cheat isn't so bad. The yips we want to cure, really. So I might send Marishan off to the treatment ward to cure the yips. The downside is he's not going to lose any stress, which he needs to do. So, what can he do? He's not allowed to gamble while in town. So, he's going to pray to higher power, I think. I am your servant. Disaster Dylan is going... Oh, what can Disaster Dylan do? Oh, we'll only go to the brothel. Okay. Disaster Dylan. Brothel. This is the problem, because you'll have various people who are restricted to things like this. Fetch more pillows! Quite so. Okay. Well, now that we've done that, let's see what we can do guild-wise. This is upgrading combat skills. We need portraits for that, and we can do a training regimen to decrease the costs. But I was looking more towards blacksmithing here. So we can go and take weaponsmithing. Or armsmithing. I think we want weaponsmithing, really.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
Indeed. So, since Little Debbie is the one we're most likely to be going on with here, 600 would increase the mace damage from 4 to 9. Really, we want to have Snoopy, I think, is our main guy here, but we're really a bit low on people. What have we got stagecoach-wise? We have a Hellion. We're going to take the Hellion. I'll find a name for...
Rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
Hellions are quite good from memory, actually. Self-worship, not allowed to gamble while in town, Warren's tactician. And I think this will have to be our tofu boy. Lady. Person. So there we go. So I think we really want to get some more people on a low adventure at this stage, possibly supported by one of our experienced people. Possibly Snoopy. He does have 54 stress going for him, though, as a downside. Maybe I can send Kitsuna out, actually. See, it's a lot of damage, actually. The rusted chains. Something to consider, anyway. For the next video, I'm going to be considering various bits and pieces here. So, next time, we shall do the stuff in the thing. Until then.